UFC 318 is right around the corner in New Orleans, Louisiana for Dustin Poirier's final fight. He's taking on Max Holloway for the BMF belt. And this card, it's kind of mid, but I'm here to give you my main card predictions. I'm actually super excited for the main event and a couple of these fights, especially after the press conference. And the opener, Michael Johnson versus Daniel Zellhuber. I'm picking Daniel Zellhuber, but I'm not like the most confident in it because Michael Johnson, he has the power to fluke any KO. He KO'd Dustin Poirier, for crying out loud. He put up a fight against Justin Gaethje. Now, granted, that was like 8 years ago, but hey, man, Unk still got it. He's on like a 2-fight win streak, I think. But I'm gonna pick Daniel Zellhuber. He beat Francisco Prado. That's somebody who's fighting on this card. He's pretty good. He's pretty solid. And I'm mainly picking Zellhuber because I can see him winning by decision or KO. I can pretty much only see Michael Johnson like landing a big hook and a big KO to win this fight. And the age is really there. I think Michael Johnson's like 40 years old. Zellhuber's like what, 25, 26, something like that. And I like Zellhuber's output a lot. I think that's going to give a lot of problems to Michael Johnson, and he's just so much bigger than Michael Johnson too. You look at the weight cut, he looks like a literal skeleton because that's how big he is. He's gonna be huge up against Michael Chandler. So give me Zellhuber by decision, I'll say. Oh baby, Dan Ige back, guys. I'm picking 50K Ige to win this fight by KO. Patricio Pitbull is not that good. I've said it before. I've said it again. He's out of his prime. He's, 38 years old now? He didn't do anything against Yair. Yair looks like a grappling wizard against Patricio Pitbull, man. All these Bellator guys are terrible. I mean, what's his best win? Like Eddie Alvarez and Michael Chandler? Or what are we going to rate Michael Chandler anymore at this point? Dan Ige, he's been facing Diego Lopez. He won that third round. He had a close fight with Lerone Murphy. Legit featherweight contender. And he just beat Sean Woodson by TKO. And that's like a legit prospect at featherweight, who I think would completely destroy Patricio Pitbull. Pitbull had no sting on his punches against Yair. He looked very timid, very scared. Ige's just going to go out there. He's going to give him problems. Pitbull, he overextends on his jab a lot. I think Ige could clock him with a big overhand or a big hook. And he's just been facing better competition. He's younger too. He's not washed like Pitbull. I'm going with Ige by a second round KO. I think he wobbles him. I think he wobbles Pitbull in the first round, then he KOs him in the second round. And Kevin Holland on another fight card. He was just on 316. I think this is like a 1.5 month turnaround. And he's fighting Daniel Rodriguez out of all people. Now, Kevin Holland, he's a -700 favorite. I don't like putting Holland on parlays. You never know how he's going to come out and how he's going to look during a fight. But you just have to pick him here against Daniel Rodriguez. Rodriguez, he's coming off of a Santiago Ponzinibbio win. But Holland, he's coming off of a Luque win. I think Luque would beat Ponzinibbio. Holland at 170, I've said this a lot of times, he's more locked in. He's more focused. He's taking better care of himself. He's more slick. He's more athletic at 170. He has a bigger size advantage at 170 compared to 185. When guys like RDR and Roman Dolidze, they'll just out-blob him and lay on top of him. And I think this is an easy KO for Kevin Holland. It's also the age factor too. I think Rodriguez is like 40. This is an easy pick for me. I'm going with Kevin Holland by a first round KO, and then he's gonna do a good promo. And I hope we get to see Colby Covington versus Kevin Holland one day, but I guarantee you that's not gonna happen because it's Colby Covington. So Kevin Holland by a first round KO. I think that's a pretty easy prediction. Oh boy, man. Hey, I'm picking Paulo Costa to win. I don't care, man. I know that Roman Kopylov, he's -220, but I'm just purely going off of vibes here pretty much. I'm picking Paulo Costa by third round KO, and I'm not just picking off of vibes, all right? I'm restating that. Max Griffin gave Chris Curtis a hard fight. Now, that was at 170. There is lighter man skill in there. The guys at 170 are more skilled than 185. But I'm just saying, man, Chris Curtis looked terrible against Max Griffin, and he could have won that fight if the ref didn't stop that fight in the third round with like 1 second remaining against Roman Kopylov. And Costa, he's been facing better competition. I feel like Costa, he needs to win more than Roman Kopylov. And I don't know, man. I feel like Costa's a little delusional now, and you need that delusion to win these fights and to get far in the UFC. And you saw him at the press conference. He's like this the whole time. He's juiced up, man. He's on the coke. He's on everything, man. He's gonna go out Saturday night. He's not gonna care. I think he's gonna go to war, and I think Kopylov is gonna collapse in the 3rd round. I'm going with Costa by KO. This is a risky pick. I'm not confident in this. This is by far my least confident pick on the whole card, not just the main card, but the whole card. And I'm just going off of vibes and some logic in the fact that Chris Curtis looked terrible in the last fight, who probably should have beat Roman Kopylov if that fight continued. So Costa by 3rd round KO. Book it now. I'm going to look like a genius when this happens, or if this happens. And now we got our main event, baby. This isn't going to be the retirement fight that Dustin Poirier is looking forward to. I think Max Holloway is going to TKO Dustin Poirier in the 4th round. And we got to remember something. Holloway's coming up from 145. Lighter man skill. This time he's actually bulked up. This time he's actually big for the weight class. And Dustin Poirier, he's not going to have this crazy power advantage like he did in the first 2 fights, especially in the second fight. You go rewatch the second fight. The main reason why Dustin Poirier won was because of the power advantage. He set the tone in the 1st round and the 2nd round. I thought he won the 4th round too, but I thought Holloway won the 3rd and 5th round. I know all the judges had a 49-46. That's absolutely ridiculous. We know judges are incompetent and they can't score fights, and that's one of the examples. I thought Holloway clearly won the 5th round, and you can make an argument that if Dustin doesn't land that knee in like the final minute and a half of round 4, Holloway would have won there in round 2. He was putting the volume on him. Dustin was kind of breaking, his cardio was lacking, and Holloway was coming on strong, and that's a prime Dustin Poirier right there. This is 36-year-old Dustin Poirier coming off of a bunch of losses. He's very up and down now in his career. I don't think he's ever been the same since that Oliveira loss. He had a close fight with Michael Chandler until he finished him. He lost to Justin Gaethje. He got colded by Justin Gaethje, which nobody talks about for some reason. He's coming off of a torn ACL and broken ribs against Islam. That's so hard to recover from at 36 years old. Meanwhile, Max is 33, and he didn't really get like injured in his last fight. He just got colded, and we know how good Ilia Topuria is. And Max was doing by far the best against Ilia Topuria out of all of Topuria's opponents in the UFC, not just for title fights, but in total in the UFC. You can make an argument he was up 2-0. At the very least, he won round 1 off of damage and volume. And he was taking some big shots here. I don't like this whole narrative that his chin is cracked now. I don't think that's true. I don't think Poirier hits nearly as hard with nearly as much technique as Topuria does. And I think Holloway's just going to be too fast. Poirier doesn't throw many leg kicks anymore. That's the main reason. That's the main way you stop Max Holloway from putting on the cardio and volume and having the footwork the whole fight. And Poirier, he doesn't do that a lot. And Max Holloway, he's fixed up a lot of his defense. His defense has gotten so much better since the bulk fight, especially since the 3rd bulk fight. Holloway's been 3-1 since that. He went on a 3-fight win streak after that 3rd beatdown from Alexander Volkanovski. He destroyed Allen, destroyed TKZ, and destroyed Justin Gaethje, who, like I said, colded Dustin Poirier in the previous fight. And I don't know, man. I feel like Holloway's hungrier. Poirier, he looks very content, very at peace with his career and where he's at right now. So ultimately, I'm picking Holloway because I think he's looking more like he's hungry. He needs this fight. He needs to win this fight. He's in better form right now. He's not injured. He's not 36 coming off of a bunch of injuries. I think he has more weapons in this game. I think he utilizes kicks and punches better than almost anybody in the whole sport. His volume's still there. He has power. He is bulked up now at 155. And Dustin, he's not going to be able to grapple him. He's not going to be able to bully him in the grappling. We saw in the second fight, and that was a pipsqueak Holloway, barely cutting any weight. Poirier could barely get any takedowns in that whole fight. So I'm going with Holloway by a 4th round TKO. I don't think Dustin has lost a fight by decision since like 2013 against Cub Swanson, if I'm correct. So I'm going by a 4th round TKO. I think Holloway's going to win the first 2 rounds and maybe take his foot off the gas a little bit in the 3rd round. And people will say, oh, Dustin's coming back. But I think in the 4th round, he's going to put it back on him. I think he's going to just TKO him up against the fence. I don't think he's going to put him out cold, but I think he's going to TKO. Ref is going to stop him. And we're finally going to have someone who defends the BMF title in the Max Holloway lightweight title run this year, because he is the best lightweight contender. I'll stand by that. He's better than Arman Tsarukyan. And y'all are going to see this on Saturday night, all right? And then he's going to call Charles Oliveira after that. I'm obviously joking. I think him and Oliveira are a close fight. But anyway, I got Holloway by 4th round TKO. Let me know your guys' predictions in the comment section. Debate me, talk about it, do whatever you want. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoy UFC 318 on Saturday night. Have a blessed day. Peace.